David Savage, aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, so welcome to the show. Let's get on with the Star Wars news. It is about 95-ish days away. That's right, 95-ish days away to Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Depends on what part of the world you're in. Depends on when you see this video, but it's about 95-ish days. Probably a little bit more, but 95-ish days away. Ish, it's more important to understand what ish means. It means it's about. Anyway, that is absolutely exciting Star Wars news. It's in double figures now, so we are really moving forward as we count down every single week. To more Star Wars news, Disney Plus, it's official. Disney Plus in Australia and New Zealand will be launched on November 19. Wishingly, the whole Disney Plus thing will be all there, hence The Mandalorian. So that's about a week after America gets it, so you're going to have to hold on to your hats or for spoilers for The Mandalorian, but it's official. Disney News did send me official notification that November 19 is when it will be launched here in Australia, which is very interesting because I don't think there's anyone that's commercially understanding what Disney Plus is, or even the broad picture of it, besides maybe a hardcore Star Wars or Marvel fans, but yeah, it will be interesting. So that will be November 19. Anyway, so that is that news. To more news, there is no more news on Triple Force Friday as yet. That will be announced when I get some further notification, but nothing as yet. Here in Australia, it's always a little bit subtle, pretty hard to get, but so we will have to wait for some more news on that. And so that's pretty much the news for this time around. So let's get into the views. Views is about my story ideas, not about predictions or anything like that. It's just my thoughts on some of the story ideas. It more extends again on the ending vocals on the last sort of teaser or trailer that we got, where it says near its end. There's a voice that sounded like the Emperor that said near its end. I want to just really endorse this again because I do believe it would be a great story idea, and it's sort of a partial prediction that it could be Darth Plagueis sort of saying this to Palpatine. That would be a real unexpected story idea to people out there in the internet, because everyone's thinking that it would be directed towards Rey, the Dark Rey at the moment. It's a whole sort of thing, or even Kylo Ren. But it would be great if it was a figure named Darth Plagueis, who was the Master of Emperor. And that would really round the story in a cycle, because it was firstly mentioned technically, or it sort of began in the Phantom Menace Episode 1 times, when we didn't really get to see or hear or know who he is. But it did get mentioned in Episode 3, Darth Plagueis. It just sort of gives a real hardcore Star Wars fan some excitement, possible future storytelling, either TV shows or movies, trilogies, whatever, that would extend, and that would be a great trilogy on Plagueis. If there's anything that's before the times of going back in the past, as Star Wars tends to do a lot, Plagueis would be definitely a great one. The name is a little bit, I'm not 100% on the name, but it's still very good. Still the best Darth name is Darth Vader, but anyway, it's my opinion. So that's my story idea. When the voice says at the end of the trailer, your journey near its end, I think it's Darth Plagueis saying it to Palpatine, the Emperor, and really endorsing that his journey has come to an end, and it will be evil destroying evil, along with other evil as well, in the rehashing of things. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see Darth Maul, or as we know, Maul, hanging on to the, small hopes of revenge as we saw him last, even though we sort of know he did die a second time in the hands of Obi-Wan on Tatooine in the Rebels animation, but you never know. Anyway, so that's my views for this time around. Let's get into the reviews. Reviews this time is very unusual. It's something that I actually brought back from when I was at Star Wars Celebration. Now, as badly organised as Star Wars Celebration was, in my opinion, and a number of people out there were still highlights to this. Even this low light was a highlight. Like, I was attempting to get into the episode 9 panel, but because it was a lottery system, I missed out on that, which I never got notification on, but that's another story. So I did attempt to line up to attempt to get in, and me and a number of other people really sort of persisted, but just could not get in there. But at the time we were waiting, J.J. Abrams apparently sent the people in line some things to souvenir, but also to help us out. It was very cold, freezing. He gave us some like a beanie with episode 9 on it. It was fantastic. It was just a regular beanie, but it had episode 9. Got that one, still got it, but I'll show you that another time. But another interesting piece. Now, I know this is going to be very unusual as a collector's piece, but I've kept it in pristine condition as I can. He also sent everyone down there a McHappy meal. It didn't have any sort of toys in it or anything like this, but it was just a McHappy meal, which I thought was great. And I appreciate from JJ to himself, was very appreciative, and it was, helped us out. But this is the actual box. So this is the Happy Smile. That's to celebrate the saga on that side, and Star Wars Celebration. The actual box that JJ sort of sent down to the fans while waiting for the episode 9, first initial trailer or images panel for the people waiting in that line. And I got a chance to get that, even though I didn't get in. Got that and kept it. So this here, just for JJ himself, and just getting this type of thing, I give this a 9 out of 10. I will say that it would have been great if there was some sort of little, figure or something like this inside. But that being said, it's 100% appreciative. But, let's review it, and I'll give it 9 out of 10. So right there, who collects rubbish? Me. But rubbish that has some sort of significance. But anyway, so that's the reviews for this time around. Let's get into the interviews. Interviews this time around is, when is the episode 9 third trailer or teaser going to drop? Well, the best guess at the moment, it's only a guess, is going to be October 3 or October 4, depends what part of the world you're in, with Triple Force Friday coinciding with that. May have a launch of a teaser or trailer. I'd say trailer this time, to sort of work with the toys and stuff like that. So that could be the next possibility. If not, it would be definitely in the month of October, during a football game on the ABC America network. So I think that will be the next likelihood, if it's not at Triple Force Friday. But I've got a feeling it's going to happen. Triple Force Friday really endorse the toys. So that's when I think the episode 9 trailer 3 or teaser 3, whatever you want to call it, will drop. October 3, October 4, just hold on to your hats for that one. My next question is, during Triple Force Friday, what's going to happen on Triple Force Friday? Well, basically, Triple Force Friday, just to explain it, and which I have before, which hardcore fans will probably know, but it's triple because there's 3 Star Wars things happening on that launch day. 1 is The Rise of Skywalker Episode 9. 2 is The Mandalorian, which is a new TV series coming to the Disney Plus network. And 3, Jedi Fallen Order, which is the new big computer game, as I call it, happening. That's what's going to happen on Triple Force Friday. 3 sets of merchandise on the one day, which to me is a bit of a hard sell how you're going to do this. It's going to be very interesting how the layouts are going to be in the toy store or the actual department store, wherever you are. Even if Australia gets the whole thing, I'll be surprised, because I don't think anyone besides hardcore gamers know what Jedi Fallen Order is. I think, maybe a little bit more know what The Mandalorian is, just a little bit, and people do know of the Rise of Skywalker, but it's still a bit unheard of. But that's what Triple Force Friday is. That's the question. What is it? It's the 3 lots of Star Wars things happening. There should be figures, there should be, t-shirts, there should be stickers, I don't know, a range of things, all happening on the October 3rd, October 4th period. Let's wish that Melbourne, Australia, will have something to offer. And Sydney, and Tasmania, and WA. I'm sure America will be on board, because they really push a Triple Force Friday or a Force Friday pretty well. Here in Australia, it's a bit of a struggle. It's a bit of a hard sell. But, so that's what it is, and it's coming soon, less than a month, and I'm pretty excited for that. But anyway, so that's pretty much the news, the views, reviews, interviews for this time around. Please subscribe to the channel, The Force Always, only on YouTube. Like and share it amongst your friends. Ask me a question, and I'll answer back via YouTube or Instagram or even the Twitter, which is all information is available there. And as I'm a weekly show, I'll see you next week. And until next time, keep rocking.